You are going to die in debt. I do not mean that as an insult. I mean it as a statistical fact. 8 out of 10 Americans carry debt right now, and most of them will carry it to their grave. Not because they are irresponsible, not because they do not try hard enough, but because debt was not designed to be paid off. It was designed to be carried forever. And the people who designed it spent billions of dollars studying human psychology to make absolutely sure you never figure that out. Until right now. Let me prove it to you with one number. The average American household carries $104,000 in debt. Student loans, credit cards, car payments, medical bills. $104,000. Now here is the question nobody asks. If Americans are so irresponsible with money, why does every bank, every lender, every financial institution actively try to give you more debt? Every single day? Pre-approved credit card offers in your mailbox. 0% financing at every store. Buy now, pay later on every app. If debt was bad for their business, they would not be pushing it into your hands constantly. Debt is not bad for their business. Debt is their business. And your psychology is their most powerful tool. Here is the first psychological weapon they use against you. Debt normalization. In 1950, the average American had 0 credit card debt because credit cards did not exist yet. By 1970, average credit card debt was $300. By 1990, it was $2,000. By 2010, it was $8,000. Today, it is over $6,000 per person. But here is what is more disturbing than the number. Nobody questions it anymore. Having debt has become so normal, so expected, so culturally accepted, that the idea of being completely debt-free sounds radical, almost suspicious. Psychologists call this shifting baseline syndrome, when something harmful becomes so common that people stop recognizing it as harmful. And once debt became normal, the industry had won, because you cannot fight something you do not recognize as a threat. Here is the second psychological weapon, the minimum payment trap. This is the most brilliantly evil financial invention in history. And I want you to understand exactly how it works. You have a credit card balance of $5,000. Interest rate 22%. Your minimum payment is around $100 per month. $100 feels manageable. $100 feels responsible. You are paying something after all. But here is what $100 per month actually does. At 22% interest, it will take you 30 years to pay off that $5,000. 30 years, and you will pay over $11,000 total for $5,000 worth of stuff. The minimum payment was not designed to help you pay off debt. It was designed to keep you in debt, paying interest for as long as mathematically possible. And the terrifying part? Every month you make that minimum payment, your brain registers it as responsible behavior, as progress, as doing the right thing, while the bank collects interest forever. Here is the third psychological weapon, debt identity. In 2018, researchers at Northwestern University discovered something that banks had suspected for decades. People who carry debt for long periods of time begin to incorporate that debt into their personal identity. They stop thinking, I have debt. They start thinking, I am someone who has debt. And once debt becomes part of your identity, your behavior shifts to confirm that identity. You stop applying for better jobs because people in debt do not get promoted. You stop investing because people in debt cannot afford to invest. You stop imagining a debt-free life because people in debt do not live that way. The debt stopped being a financial condition. It became a psychological prison. With walls you built yourself. Here is the fourth psychological weapon, and this one is the darkest of all. Shame. Debt carries an enormous psychological burden of shame in American culture. And that shame is not accidental. It was engineered. Because a person who is ashamed of their debt does not talk about it, does not ask for help, does not compare notes with others, does not realize that 80% of their neighbors are in the exact same situation. Shame isolates people, and isolated people are easier to exploit. This is why financial literacy is not taught in most American schools. Not because it is complicated, because an educated consumer is a less profitable consumer. Here is the fifth psychological weapon: future self-disconnection. In 2011, neuroscientist Hal Hershfield at NYU ran a remarkable study. He showed people brain scans of themselves, then brain scans of strangers, then brain scans of their future selves 10 years from now. And the results were shocking. When people looked at their future selves, their brains responded exactly the same way as when they looked at complete strangers. Your brain does not recognize your future self as you. It treats your future self as someone else entirely. And this is why debt feels manageable today. Because the person who has to deal with the consequences feels like a stranger. Not you. Someone else's problem. Lenders understand this perfectly. This is why every debt offer focuses entirely on today. Get it now. Enjoy it now. Have it now. The future consequences are invisible. By psychological design. Now here is what changes everything. 3 psychological tools that flip every single weapon they used against you. Tool number 1. Make your future self real. Write a letter to yourself 10 years from now. Describe what your life looks like if nothing changes. The debt's still there, bigger, the interest still compounding. Then describe what your life looks like if you start now. Debt-free, building wealth, buying back your time. Neuroscience shows that this single exercise makes the future feel real to your brain and changes financial decision-making immediately. Tool number 2. Destroy the minimum payment lie. Pick your smallest debt right now. Calculate the true payoff cost at minimum payments. Then calculate what happens if you pay double the minimum. The difference will shock you into action. Paying double the minimum on a $5,000 debt cuts payoff time from 30 years to 3 years. Same debt, same interest rate. One decision. 27 years of interest payments saved. Tool number 3. Reject the debt identity. Stop saying I am in debt. Start saying I am eliminating debt. The language is not just motivation. It is neuroscience. The stories you tell yourself about who you are directly control the financial decisions your brain makes every single day. Change the story. The decisions change automatically. 8 out of 10 Americans will go to their graves carrying debt. But now you know something that most of them never will. You know it was designed. You know how it works. And you know exactly how to fight back. Now here is what I need from you. Right now. Not after this video. Right now. Go to the comments and type one word. Just one word. The name of the debt that is weighing on you the most. Student loans, credit cards, medical bills, car payments. Just one word. Because when you name it publicly, your brain stops hiding from it. And hiding from debt is exactly what the system needs you to do. Name it, own it, start fighting it. And if this video made you see debt differently, share it with one person right now. Someone who is making minimum payments right now, thinking they are doing the right thing, while 30 years of interest quietly accumulates. You just learned the truth. Share it. Hit that like button if this changed how you see your financial situation. Because every like tells YouTube to show this to someone else who needs it. Someone who is drowning in debt right now and has no idea the system was designed this way. and subscribe to Psycho Wealth and ring that bell. Because next week, we are exposing something that connects everything. The hidden reason why even people who know all of this still cannot escape the financial trap. The deepest psychological mechanism of all. You do not want to miss it. This is Psycho Wealth. And this is just the beginning.